Okay, so this is a quick channeling. So I got this Queen of Wands with the Four of Swords energy, and the Five of Wands. So we have a feminine energy, or someone who just identifies more as a feminine, or just like a fire sign, someone who's feeling very confident, is like ready to take over. Like you feeling like that, even your expression is, you feel yourself more confident in your speech, in your communication, but there's a lot of like peace in your mind. I think you never experienced that kind of peace before. Like mentally you don't have any negative thoughts projected onto you, thoughts that you knew was not yours, but you had to work a lot to not believe what was trying to be projected to you about your identity. You had a lot of dark thoughts that didn't belong to you for a long time. A lot of mental problem, because people from the past, and your family, friends, they targeted your mind so it can affect your confidence. But now you're in this phase where you are seen as the Queen of Wands, but you also have a Queen of Wands that also probably this person in particular, I'm feeling this person is going crazy. They are the one losing their mind, because this is what they were actually projecting on you, wishing, casting spells, doing some type of like work behind your back to make you lose your mind, to not have peace of mind, to not sleep, to constantly question yourself. This person sent a lot of energetically, but like okay, so when you wounded, when you are someone who has trauma, it's easy for you to be a target to the devil. It's when you're not aware, when you don't do your work consciously, you're not identifying your pain. It is easy for people who see it from the outside to play with it. Either they play it very is very subtle, you know what I mean, to add more of that wound, to stretch that wound, that pain, even more. This type of people, they don't even want you to have a scar. Like they open the wound, and they want the wound to still be open, to still hurt. So this person was sending you a lot of distraction through like sending you karmics, or you all, obviously, of course, when you are in the energy, you attract this energy, you attract a lot of things, okay? And depending on where you stand, depending on how you value yourself and how you stand in your value and who you are, you will entertain these options. So people say you attract who you are, but you attract who you are and what you're not. You have plethora of options in front of you, but who you choose to entertain is up to you. And usually who you choose is who you are, like what you are. It's the type of people who just resonate with your pain in a way. But you always choose your pain when you only focus on your pain. That's just logic, right? Common sense. But anyway, so this person sent a lot of things to just bother your mind, but you healed. The thing that you were always the star. Have the star and the Lovers at the bottom with the Ace of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Wands and the Judgment and the World. Listen to me. So you were waiting for some type of answer, so some type of confirmation. Actually, it's something that deep down in your soul. Deep down, it's a contract that you try to remember. I think I said that in the last reading, right? I don't know, but anyway, how you stand right now, Queen of Wands, you're extremely balanced in your masculine, in your feminine. You are aware of your shadow. You are aware of your shadow, of course. That's decades of work on yourself, and you have accepted fully your light, because before you came, you were pure. Before these people were selected to come and challenge your soul. They always knew you were of the pure. So sending those distraction and everything of negative was, for you to become this energy. So you were tested. You stood your ground, and you stay committed to your essence. the essence that you were before you came on earth and for this mission. So you probably experiencing a lot of peace within. Like if you look, like really you can truly say right now that you never felt this type of peace in your life. You never felt like mentally, I'm talking about mentally, because with that 4 wands, like it's like there's a lot of fire and excitement. So you are about to start something that is extremely creative. You are extremely creative right now. You're feeling creative. Like I said, a lot of communication. Your throat is open. Like, this Queen of Wands has nothing covering her throat, okay? And she's the only queen who's sitting on her throne with the leg open. So like I said, again, comes back with this like masculine energy. And we already know that fire energy and air energy are masculine energy, and water and earth are feminine energy. So you are represented as the Queen of Wands, no matter who gender, but like you understand, if you're a man, you are balanced with your feminine and you are fully in your masculinity as a man. If you're a woman, you are fully in your feminine as a woman, and you're also very balanced with your masculinity. So there's a lot of it's something that you've never experienced. Like I'm feeling, you never you never experienced, but you were working on that. That was the goal, and that was always what was meant to be with the star anyway. It's for you to be to balance, with the lovers, to balance those this energy in a divine way, in a very masterful way too. So now you are having clarity about something, a truth, something about royalty, your throne, something about your inheritance, your heritage, it's not per se bloodline. Can I say soul line? Because it's not about the blood. Not really. Because before we are physical, we are spirit, right? So it's about your spirit line, your spiritual line, your spiritual and ancestry. Is that ancestry, right? It's your many past lives. There's something. There's a story. There's a life from your past life that you haven't have clarity on. It's something that you probably dreamed once, but you didn't really pay attention to that dream. So you are required right now to really dive deep, think. This is something about your fortune, your wheel of fortune, something that belongs to you. With that wheel of fortune, all these cycles. This life. This is the one. You're about to remember something, and it's going to spark something. Whoa! With the Ace of Wands, I got some chills just like all of a sudden. With the Ace of Wands, with the Judgment, this. Okay. So sorry, I'm feeling hot and very like very intense. Like my chest is burning. Like you're on fire, like within, but you calm. you appearing very calm, but people can feel your energy. These people can feel it. That's why they're mad. With the Five of Wands, they're mad. They're fighting among each other right now about like stupid things, but stupid things that was about you. Sorry. They're fighting about the star. They're fighting about you, about this confidence, this renewal of confidence. Renew. I don't know if I want to say renew. This remembering who the fuck you are. Like seriously, because you always been. You just got rid of the layers of distractions and lies that was in front of you. You understand what I'm trying to say? So that wheel of fortune, that's something big. And closing with the Judgment, I'm telling you again, like I said in that last reading, that's some ass whipping happening, and we are seeing it. Like nobody is gonna escape this one. This one is gonna be big, okay? This is going to be big. This is going to be big. This is going to be big. Like no doubt, no play. This is going to be big, okay? Y'all about to get the position. It's like what is being asked from you right now. Keep being, keep doing what you're doing. Keep following confidently your intuition. Everything is nourished. Everything is the veil, yeah, the veil, like the things, like the spells that was like surrounding you like a bubble, but also at some point protecting you, you know, to not show what people were not ready to see yet. You see what I mean? Like you were in a divine bubble, but there was also a bubble of lies and deceptions that were surrounding you by other people. You understand? So you were shielded by two type of bubble, like the divine one that was protecting you, you know, like letting you experience certain things, because I mean, free will, you chose you chose those things, and you learned the lessons that you needed, and because you were willing to learn. You understand? But you in that bubble, in that divine bubble, you were extremely protected from what was completely unnecessary for you to experience. Do you understand? It's like, for me, for example, I used to work at the gas station, right? And I had a colleague, and one day he was saying, yeah, you know, that was the first days when I started, right? He said, yeah, this place got robbed many times, blah, blah, you know, telling me like type of stories that happen, you know, in the gas station. And I mean, rightfully so, we were in the ghetto, right? In the hood. So, and I told him like very boldly, because he was trying to warn me, kind of like, you know, like you have to be careful, because at that time I had like morning to night shift, like, so like I was started like probably like around 10 and until 9 10, you know, p.m. So anyway, he was trying to like kind of, I don't know if he was trying to scare me, or trying to like, you know, somehow trying to brag about something that is very terrible, you know, a robbery. That's not something to even wish or manifest, right? So my first reaction was like, yeah, and I ain't worrying about that. This is never gonna happen to me. He looked at me like shook. Like, what do you mean it's never gonna happen to you? You know, this is a place, this is like the neighborhood is not that good, and some people are just I was living in St. Louis, Missouri at that time, so you know, you just imagine, right? So anyway, but I was so clear about that statement. I didn't even hesitate or even think about it. I just look at him like right away. Like, it was tic-tac, like back to back. At the moment he told me that, I was like, no, this is never gonna happen to me. And you should have seen how he was trying to convince me, kind of, to that I should be scared, that no, you don't have that type of control. And at a certain extent, I understand, because it's all about faith, right? For me, how I saw it in my perspective was like, I was not trying to be arrogant. What I was trying to say with this reaction that probably like seemed really, you know, arrogant, now I see it like in this perspective. Wow. For me, was just about the fact that, I mean, I was going through a lot of shit mentally. Like, I was in the dark night of the soul. Like, I was going on challenges. Like, I had like 2 seconds to breathe out of the water, and then I have to go back under the water again, you know, back to back. So for me, when I said, no, this is never gonna happen to me, I said it in a way that, in a sense that God cannot make this shit happen to me right now, because I got too much shit on my plate. You know, like, sincerely, I said that was the spirit behind that, you know, that comment that I probably should, you know, he perceived as very arrogant. But because it's true, I was like, nigga, you have no idea what I'm dealing with mentally. If God, on top of that, give me a robbery, like, no, like, he knows that this is when I lose faith in him. You know what I mean? Because I know damn well the way I think about him, like, he's way too brilliant. The way I see my life now, I don't know everything, but I'm very introspective, right? I'm looking at this shit, and I see how all the things that I'm dealing with every day, where I live. Like, listen, you know, I'm in America. It was probably like 7 years, you know, 7 years after I left, you know, I left France. So it's like, listen, I'm on my own. I got too much shit. God cannot do that to me. And I'm not even manifesting something like that. I don't even think about stuff like that. You see what I mean? And that was the line that was draw that I'm seeing now, you know, now in today. When I think about it, 7 8 years ago, like, my faith in God, my faith in the divine, my faith in, like, knowing that certain things cannot happen to me. Like, I put everything, I put my life on it, because I got too many things that God want me to focus on. You know, robbery, that's little, this is little play. I'm slaying some real demons right there. Do you think I got time for a little fucker who wants what from this register? In the where? In this location? In this boy, you know what I mean? So for me, I took it like that. I felt offended in a way, like, nigga, because of my relationship, because I know my relationship with God, and because I'm not really vocal about it. I'm not vocal in detail about how intimate my relationship is with God. People assume that I don't pray. People assume that I don't believe because I don't look like that. You know what? I don't look like that because I'm not trying to look any certain way. It's whatever I do when nobody's looking. Whatever the conversation that I'm having when nobody's around. This is, you know what I mean? This is where things are happening. You know, the things that I'm seeing when I'm dreaming, the things that I'm seeing when my soul is going play. Do you understand? Is that level? So for me, I always, when I was speaking to people, and that's what I'm realizing right now, is that when I used to speak to people, I think that the way I was coming off to them, it was really like I can see now why they took it as probably like arrogant. She thinks she knows everything. It was no. I know my God and I know my relationship with Him. It was always in me. I was always responding with this knowing without explaining to them. That's why you understand what I'm trying to say? That's why this perspective was probably very like for them, like what the fuck she thinks she is. And in my soul is, well, I'm God's daughter. The fuck, you know what I mean? That's how my energy comes off, right? So anyway, I don't even know why I told this story, but this is what I'm telling. Like, you know your story. You know when things doesn't belong to you. You know when things are not gonna happen to you because of your relationship with God. Period. So anyway, there's something that is going to, that you know that you have forgotten, that they try to make you forget, and you know that's the goal. For these people, these karmic people, they sign this contract. Their goal is to suppress what you know, what you already know, what you are sure of, which is yourself. And every time they dismissed you, every time they're putting you down by ignoring who you are, by taking credit of your work or the things that, you know what I mean, that you've created, or not giving you compliment about the things that you've accomplished, always downplaying you. This is how they do it. This is how they erase you. They erase this person, the person that you always been, because they are not. And to tell the truth is like, because yes, they're not. They're not. You were born into a family that they are not your kind. They are not your kin. Do you understand? This is not, it's not about the blood. They were your blood, but they were not your blood family. And you know, that's the funny part, is that the real say about the blood is thicker than water, what they say, that's not even the real say. The full say, like, people need to reach, I don't quote me right now, but this is not a real say. People took it as blood is more powerful than water, but that's not true. The real say is that the water of the womb, don't quote me please, but go find out, because this is not a real say. This is what I'm just gonna say. Anyway, so for a lot of people, blood is not your real family. It's not that, and they want you to believe that. So despite whatever they're doing to you, you accept it. You accept the mistreatment. You accept the abuse, so they can get away with this. You know. Even in religion, when they say, for example, for Muslims, when they say, heaven is at your mother's feet. This is a beautiful say, but what people don't understand is that doesn't give the mother the right to abuse her children. Do you understand? God is fair. People need to understand. You have to use your common sense. You have to use your brain. That's why you have free will, to choose to understand. Exercise your wisdom. Exercise the fairness. Ask yourself, like, sincerely, does that really make sense to you? You cannot just go by words and not think of these words. This is not why God gave you a brain and a conscious, you know, and you are responsible to grow your consciousness. You are responsible to become more aware of yourself. So when you shoot yourself at the foot and you don't accept certain truth, you refuse to grow. you refuse your soul to expand. And that's like killing yourself. This is suicidal. Suicide, you know what I mean? So, yeah. So basically what I'm saying is that a lot of you were born in like this family, this karmic. They had a contract, and everything was to train and strengthen your everything that you are, all the skills that you have, but also not to run away from your own shadow and the mistakes that you've done when you didn't know. Is that full acceptance, you know? I was scared, that's why I chose that at that moment of time. I was scared, that's why I let this happen to me. I was scared, I was angry, that's why I did that. But I was never that. I was just expressing, I was just embodying the feeling of anger, the feeling of deception, the feeling of abuse. But who I am is pure heart, it's pure soul. I want happiness, I want to be loved, I want to give love. You know, I love who I am, I love people, and I want to be in a place where I get to be and love people the way I you know, openly, without being ashamed, because people are just not comfortable with who they are. They're not comfortable in their own body, in their own skin, because rightfully so, they've been abused, they've been also stripped of that, you know. But you know, they chose to stay in this energy. And that is the difference between you and between you and them, sorry. So this and that's what angers these people right now. But I mean, this is what their position anyway. They were always meant to end up like this, you know. And that's a completion for you. You rise as the star, the lovers, with the Ace of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Wands, like judgment and the world. I mean, what do you want? You know, what do you want? This is beautiful. So I think I'm just gonna end in here. Bye, y'all.